All right, boys, in today's video, we're going to be talking about Oronde Gadsden. You guys know how I feel about him. I think he's an absolute stud, and he balled out 7 for 68 in the win against the Dolphins. Now, don't get me wrong here. He did lose a fumble, which this is the play. We're going to talk about it. But his playmaking ability has been on full display for the Chargers this season, and he stepped up without Quentin Johnston. You guys can see he's just going to run a comeback route, and he doesn't do a good job of holding onto the football. He doesn't secure it. And this tackle is able to poke it loose. You guys can see it just gets ripped out. And just like that, the Dolphins have the ball at midfield. It's just disappointing to see Gadsden not be able to finish this play. But he does a good job of reading the defense, getting to the soft spot, and then gets up the field. But just can't secure it, man. He's got to work on that. But to see what he did the rest of the game is he stayed in there. It's tough for a rookie to fumble the ball and to continue to go out there and get it done. But it's the same route. It's just on the left side. This time he blocks and releases, though. And all he's doing is just reading the defense, guys. You guys can see, like, he's got a linebacker right here. So let me just stop right in front of him. Herbert throws it, of course, inside, and he gets up the field for extra yards. And the Chargers, they're going to move him around. They've got a receiver out to the left, sort of on an island. They've got him inside here. The reason you do this is to give help, of course, on the edge, but also you can still run routes off of that, so it's extra protection. And he throws a chip, and then he gets open, and the Dolphins are dropping everyone back, which is great for the Chargers because, well, all you have to do is just hit Gadsden in stride, and that's what Herbert's going to do, put it right on the money. I mean, there's no one underneath there. This is a huge gain. Like, the Chargers will take this every single day of the week. Of course, Herbert's going through his progressions. He realizes that I'm going to have to throw this underneath, and they're going to have to come up and make a tackle, and it works out here. And the Dolphins on this play, they're sending, it's just a typical four-man rush. Very good protection, and then Herbert realizes that nothing's open. I mean, they have 7 guys back, so you're going to have to take that. You're not throwing the ball deep down if they have 7 guys, especially because the pressure eventually did get home. Good job here by Herbert getting rid of it quickly. I love to see Herbert just be in rhythm. And the funny thing about this play is that, I mean, what would have happened if Herbert went here with the ball? Who really knows? But still, I mean, this is open. You've got to take it. The quicker you get rid of the ball as a quarterback, the better. And that's what Herbert does. And he allows his tight end to get up the field. And if I were to tell you guys, like, let's say you didn't know who Oronde Gadsden is, you'd probably think he's a receiver just by the way he moves. Like, of course, he lines up there, so you know he's a tight end. Oh, my God, that was certainly looked like he jumped early, but maybe I'm wrong. But that was a really good release, if not. But just watch how quickly he gets into his route. And then, of course, catching it, turns around upfield. He's basically a receiver in a tight end's body. I mean, Gadsden stands at 6'5", 236. It's a pretty big receiver, if I'm being honest. No, I guess he actually didn't jump early. That's wow. I mean, dude, I don't think look at this. It's like ready. Go. No, that's actually a clean. Wow. Good release right there, man. And the Chargers are in the red zone. Let's see what they can come up with. So the formation is they got Trey Harris here, Ladd McConkey, Keenan Allen, and then they've got Gadsden here. Once again, he's sort of lined up to where he can throw a chip at that edge. And he actually just breaks out right away, but this defender does a very good job of reading it and getting there. Herbert's going to throw it on the money. Gadsden catches it up the field, and I mean, it's just a quick play. See, this basically is a run. If you want to get a quick 5 yards, then yeah, why not? I mean, you'll take that if you're the Chargers. It's a good play. Play action fake. Gadsden runs an incredible route. Herbert on the money. I like how they run, of course, an extra tight end in motion. So it looks like a run all the way. And then they fake the play action, and then you've got him still being able to block. And to this point, it's just a matter of a guy getting open, and then you see the running back, Vidal, running over to that flat, and that makes number 2 have to go up and cover him, and then Gadsden is just working one-on-one to that sideline, and Herbert, look at this throw. I think Justin Herbert has the best arm in football, maybe the best arm of all time. I know I'm very biased. I love Justin Herbert. He's my favorite player, but it's just so good. Another first down up the field. See, when was the last time the Chargers had a tight end, at least with Herbert, that can do this? Just a bootleg, it's a naked, and then block and release again, catch it, and then get up the field. Like, normally a tight end's going down right here, but he continues to go in extra yards. I mean, it's just a thing of beauty. And the Chargers, again, they're faking this run. Everyone's shifting left, and then Herbert keeps it on that naked, and They've got an extra tight end here. McConkey's lined up in between them, and you can see it looks like a block all the way. See how he kind of fakes it? Like, it's a run. I'm just going to pretend I'm kind of doing something. And then, no, let me get out and release, give my quarterback a window, and then get up the field and pick up extra yardage. It's just awesome. I remember when Gadsden got drafted, how excited I was because of his ability to catch the ball out of Justin Herbert's hands. And that's just been on full display this season. It hasn't been all perfect, like the fumble, of course, but he stepped up. I mean, 5 catches for 46 yards against Denver. They don't win that game without him. The first 2 weeks, I want to say Gadsden didn't even have a catch. Yeah, he didn't have a catch because his stats only track from the 21st to yesterday, of course, when this game was played. You come in, you're a 5th-round pick out of Syracuse, one of the best tight ends to ever come out of that school. I mean, he was that good. Wasn't really seen as a prototypical tight end, just a pure receiving one, but there's value to that, especially if you have Will Disley on the roster, especially as well if you have, like I said, a guy like a Tucker Fisk, who we saw in multiple of those clips used as an extra blocker. Tyler Conklin, he's known for his possess and catch ability, but it hasn't exactly been there this season, and there just isn't any juice out of him, and that's what Gadsden gives you. And if you're the Chargers, you have plenty of extra blocking. You've got a fullback, of course, in Scott Matlock, who didn't practice yesterday, but now he looks to be good to go for this weekend's game against the Colts, which is going to be a huge test for this Charger team. They're going up against, in my opinion, the best offense in football. The Chargers defense has been struggling, so it should be fun. But Trey Harris, I thought he had a pretty solid game. He had, 4 catches for like 24 yards or something like that. Ladd McConkey had his best game of the season, eclipsing 100 yards. Keenan Allen was kind of the focal point of the defense, and he just drew a lot of attention, which allowed Ladd to cook. The run game was awesome. So this was a step in the right direction for the Chargers. And you can say what you want about the Dolphins. It doesn't matter who you're playing. You had to get this win. And Miami's also very good at home. And I thought they competed. Tua, I mean, if he doesn't throw those 3 picks, like the Dolphins win this game probably pretty comfortably. So, Tua just has to be better. The Chargers, it wasn't their best game. That they, great teams, they find ways to win. And if you had dropped 3 in a row and you go to 3-3, I mean, all of a sudden you're still ahead of the Chiefs because of the tiebreaker. But the Chiefs are on the rise, the Broncos are on the rise. They're on a win streak. The Chargers have been just flat out terrible. I mean, they just had to get this, and I'm glad they did. And a lot of it is because of Gadsden. Now, I think he still projects as more of a long-term type of player. He's still developing. Obviously, he's a rookie tight end, but we've seen multiple times this season where he can go out and make a play and just extend drives, and his athleticism is. It's just a thing that the Chargers have not had in a while, and I like that a ton. And this rookie class for the Chargers as well, it's gotten off to a little bit of a slow start. Lambert Smith had a solid return in this one. Trey Harris had really his best game so far. I mean, he's been kind of quiet just because there's so much production. Who would have thought that like Johnson would have broken out? Keenan Allen would be the old Keenan Allen with the Chargers, and then of course you've also got Ladd McConkey. He's gotten up to a slow start, but it's still Ladd McConkey. So, the receivers have been actually pretty damn good for the Chargers. It's just the tight end position and the run game, which has really struggled. Looking at, of course, Omarion Hampton, I mean, he's been awesome, but they haven't been able to really get the ball into his hands up until late, and then he gets injured. So, but moving forward, the Chargers, I mean, they're going to look for Gadsden. There's no question about it. I just told my friend who's in a fantasy league to go get Gadsden. He's been struggling at the tight end position. I told him to start Theo Johnson, like 5 points last week for the Giants, even though Jackson Dart went off. So, if Johnston does play, then, absolutely Gadsden will see less work. But he's the type of guy that 5 catches for 50, 55 yards, I mean, that's really all you need. So you'll live with that if you're the Chargers, like any single day. I mean, 50 yards is 50 yards.